Hey guys, we're going to do something today that y'all are so good at factoring. And I hope, as much time as we spent on factoring last year, I hope that you guys really, really appreciate that now that you can just get into that factoring and just do it and move on. And it's not a task that is difficult for you. You probably want to pause your video here in just a second so you can get these couple things down. Because these are a review, I just went ahead and jotted them down for you to jot down as opposed to taking the time to write it out. Now, some of cubes and difference of cubes are new. Everybody's going to be on the same playing field for that. And then we'll get back into our trinomials and grouping on the other side, which you guys are very good at. GCF can be used with any number of terms. Always check for a GCF first. Difference of squares, two terms must have subtraction in between them, must be perfect squares. You must have all three. A squared minus b squared equals two sets of parentheses, one with a plus, one with a minus, square root of the first, square root of the last. And I listed some perfect squares for you there. Now would be a good time to pause to get your notes. And now we're going to move on to some of cubes. If you're not sure if you have a perfect cube or not, 3 math 5 in your calculator. 3 math 5 and the number, it'll let you know if you have one or not. For example, I know those are perfect cubes. So if I say 3 math 5, 125, and I get an even integer, 5, as opposed to 5.243 or whatever, then I know I have a perfect cube. So 3 math 5 are the commands for that. You might want to write those down. What does sum of cubes look like? Two terms, both perfect cubes, addition in the middle. You will have two parentheses. So let's just do x cubed plus 27 as our example. You will have two sets of parentheses. One is small and one is large. I'm going to call this term number 1 and term number 2. You're going to have more here in just a minute. The signs are same, opposite, plus. Notice how the spacing works there. So to get this term here, we're going to call this term 3. To get term 3, you take the cubic root of term 1. To get the next term, we'll call it term 4. You do the cubic root of term 2. Your first set of parentheses guides your next set of parentheses. This would be term 3 squared. This is going to be term 3 times term 4, and this will be term 4 squared. We're going to put all of that together to get our answer. The cubic root of term 1 is x, plus the cubic root of 27 is 3. 3 squared, so x squared minus, multiply them together, plus square it. And that is factoring using sum of cubes. Now, the cool thing about difference of cubes is it's exactly the same, except for the signs. So our rule here, a cubed plus b cubed equals a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. The rule for difference of cubes, a cubed minus b cubed, is exactly the same except for the signs. A minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So now that we've kind of gone through it with sum of cubes, we're going to practice it with difference of cubes. So we're going to do x cubed minus 1 first. Small, large, same, opposite, plus, cubed root of the first, cubed root of the second, square term 3, multiply them together, square term 4. That's simple. Let's try some bigger numbers. 216k cubed minus 125. 216. 3 math 5, 216. Cubic root is 6. We already have done 125. So small, large, same, opposite, plus, cubed root, square it, multiply together, square it. Taking a look on the back, I've already filled in a couple things for you there. When you're dealing with trinomials, you have three terms, and there are two types: no coefficient of x squared and coefficient of x squared, where we use the x method. If there's no coefficient of x squared, you just ask yourself what multiplies to give you the last number and combines to give you the middle number. So in this case, x minus 4, x plus 2. In the case of number 2, we have a GCF of 2a. Factor it out. And then what multiplies to give you 34 and combines to give you 19. Don't forget the GCF on the outside, a plus 17 and a plus 2. X method. 3 out front, not a GCF. 3 times negative 5. Middle term here, divide by the number in front of x squared. What multiplies to give me negative 15 combines to give me 14 is 15 and negative 1. And simplify. Bottoms up, x plus 5, 3x minus 1. X method, negative 24, positive 10, divide by 8. Multiplies to give you negative 24, combines to give you 10, 12, negative 2, negative 1/4, and 3 halves, and bottoms up. 2x plus 3 and 4x minus 1. For terms, we're going to use grouping. Group the first two together and the last two together. Because the third term is negative, the parentheses touch each other. GCF out of the first and GCF out of the last. What do they have in common and what's left? And notice in the what's left, that is difference of squares. So yes, you're going to be needing to be on the lookout for, do I need to factor more than once? So let's try a few of these. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to let you pause your video and then come back with your answers. So number 1 is x cubed minus x squared plus 9x minus 9. 2 is k cubed plus 5k squared minus k minus 5. 3 is 4v cubed minus 5v squared minus 16v plus 20. And 4 is 2x to the 5th minus 18x to the 4th plus 7x minus 63. All right, guys, if you will, please pause your video, come back and check your answers. All right, and here are your answers for each of these. Number 1, x minus 1, x squared plus 9. We can't factor that because of the plus. Number 2, x plus 5 times x plus 1, x minus 1. Number 3, 4v minus 5 times v plus 2v minus 2. And number 4, x minus 9 times 2x to the 4th plus 7. And we have a factoring guide here. I'm going to give you guys just a minute to kind of, you can't see everything at once, but I want you to copy these down. I know I didn't pause the video last time. I'm going to pause the video, come back and let you check each one. So this is the end. So there's nothing below that. I think you can see everything on your screen except for that last number there. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys just a couple of minutes, get that done, and then come right on back. All right, let's see how you did. Taking a look. X squared minus 9 is x plus 3x minus 3. 16x to the fourth minus 25 is 4x squared plus 5, 4x squared minus 5. 48x squared minus 3 had a GCF, so 3 times 4x plus 1, 4x minus 1. Sum of cubes, x cubed plus 27 is x plus 3 times x squared minus 3x plus 9. 8x to the 6th plus 1 is 2x squared plus 1. 4x to the 4th minus 2x squared plus 1. And then I think we had actually already done this one, but we did it with a difference. So this one's a sum, 6x plus 5y times 36x squared minus 30xy plus 25y squared. Difference of cubes, your first one is 4 minus x times 16 plus 4x plus x squared. Notice how that's written. It's all dependent upon your problem. Next one, 3x minus 2 times 9x squared plus 6x plus 4. GCF here, 8 times 4x minus 1, 16x squared plus 4x plus 1. Trinomials, x minus 5, x minus 1. GCF of 3 times x plus 5, x minus 4. X method, 2x minus 7, 3x plus 4. And x plus 11, 2x plus 7. And grouping, x minus 2, x squared plus 6. This concludes our section on factoring. I know you guys are going to do so well on that practice because you guys are such experts at factoring, and it is very much appreciated from this math teacher. Hope you guys have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.